How many versions of yourself have you had to be just to survive? The quiet one, the perfect daughter, the one who doesn't speak up too much, the one who doesn't say that or want too much? I get it, especially if you are an immigrant woman like me. We were trained to shrink, smile, survive, please other. But today, we're talking about something totally different. Something powerful, very, very powerful. We're not performing anymore. We're coming home to ourselves. Welcome to the Empowered Immigrants, the space where we're not just building brains, but we're building women who no longer strings to survive. You know, moving to a new country is like trying to bake a cake without a recipe, and sometimes without even knowing what an oven is. But guess what? We're not just baking cakes, we're baking empires. And I just said that, empires. Let me tell you, being an immigrant woman means you have got superpower you didn't even know about, like the ability to juggle a million things: work, family, culture shock, and still looking good. Doing it, you're truly a queen. You are a queen. But here's the truth about magnetism. Let me break this down for you guys. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You don't need to be loud or rude to be heard. The most magnetic woman, she's the one who walks in a room, say almost nothing, somehow shift the air. She doesn't need to be seen. She just is. Because real confidence doesn't perform, it rests. And that kind of presence, it doesn't come from filter, money, or follower. Not at all. It comes from something deeper. A woman who's not afraid to be exactly who she is, but still working on herself to improve. Because no one is perfect. Let me share a personal story with you guys. Let's call it the day I stopped performing. I would never, 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 never forget the day I realized I had been performing the whole entire life. My whole entire life. It wasn't dramatic. It was just a moment of awareness. It wasn't crazy at all. I was getting ready for a job that I truly didn't like, didn't feel aligned with, right? I was smiling for people who didn't see me. Like I was perfect to sound like a good employee. Mind you, that job was stressful, was draining, and having migraine every single day did not help. So at the time I have two supervisors, and one was my direct supervisor, second one just a backup one. After listening to my call, they called me for feedback, and one supervisor said I sounded robotic. Okay, I decided to just speak with my direct supervisor, address the concern. Long story short, if you guys need the whole story, just let me know in the comments. However, I asked this one question that changed something in me. Write everything. Who is this for? The question changed my life forever, because the moment I stopped trying to be what anyone or the world expected of me was the moment I started walking in alignment. That was the moment I realized who I was, because I was just performing. I was just following a script that was written by someone else. Not because I was rude or loud or aggressive, but because I was finally real with myself. I decided to understand the flow within me. That's when I fully understood that authenticity is your superpower. So what does that mean? What does authenticity mean? Authenticity is the ability to be at peace with who you are, right? Without pretending to be something else. It means letting go of the mask you created just to belong, just to fit in, just to be liked. And that arises from a deeper connection with your own essence and confidence that doesn't depend on external approval. Because listen, the unforgettable woman, the unforgettable immigrant isn't the one who has it all together. She's not perfect, right? You are not perfect. She does not have it all together. She's the one who refused to betray herself in the process of growing. I remember a book or just watching Carl Jung. Carl Jung spoke of the individual process, the external journey of self-discovery, acceptance, and transformation. He also spoke of the repressed self, the part of us sacrificed to fit in. Everything we deny about ourselves end up dominating us from the shadows. The unforgettable woman doesn't hide imperfection or wounds. She recognizes it, integrates them, and turn them into strengths. That's why you have to own your story, your accents, your culture, your hustle. That's your power. Don't let anyone dim your light because you speak with a little flavor. That's your real strength. And that strength is built through presence, not performance. But we have been taught to look outside to be for our worth, right? You have been taught, we all have been taught to look outside for our worth, like likes, approval, compliments, work life, work status, relationships. That's a dangerous game because the moment those things disappear, your worth collapses too. So let's flip that mindset. She does not need anyone to complete her or give her value because she already possessed it. Her security is inner peace from having walked her own path without fear of facing herself. You really need to understand that the whole world is working on a script, right? But you don't need anyone validation. You don't need anyone approval to feel beautiful. Her value is in her own consciousness of herself, not in the perception of others. But at the same time, let's talk about love. Let's talk about like relationship, not only a romantic one, but with your siblings, your family. So many of us are out here chasing validations on relationships or in relationships. And let me tell you, sisters, you can't build the true connection out of emptiness. The true connection happens when two people or more people see value in each other, right? But remember, the empowered woman doesn't chase. She doesn't beg. She doesn't try to be low maintenance just to be loved in the romantic relationships. She set the tone, she set the table, and wait for someone who knows how to eat with dignity. Her connection with others is authentic because she has first learned to connect with herself. Her presence leaves an intense mark on the memory or hearts of those who knows her. She doesn't need to announce her value or seek validation because her security derives from a deeper place. She doesn't try to fit into pre-established molds. Her presence is a declaration of freedoms. Her energy is too intense, all right? And her presence leaves a void impossible to fill. She lives with purpose and vibrates energy. Her confidence and devotion are contagious. When she enters a room, her energy changes the dynamic without grand gesture, okay? And her presence is felt without her trying to be seen. And that's her. And that's you. That's truly you because you are a queen. You are an immigrant. You are a beautiful energy, a beautiful force. By releasing the desperate need to be valued by others, you can become priceless. You don't have to be perfect. You don't even have to be loud. You just have to be real, to be honest. Because we are living in a world where everybody's just putting a mask on. You just have to be real with yourself. The woman who accepts her shadow owns her power and walk with softness and strength. She is unforgettable. Not because she tries to be, but because her authenticity is a breath of fresh air in a world full of masks. If you ever felt too much, too different, too deep, you're not too much at all. You're just being real to yourself. You need to find your own crowd. And remember, the world does not need a perfect version of you. It needs the real you. Bold, brilliant, very unshakable. Once you start working in alignment, everything becomes real within your life. If this resonates with your soul today and you're ready to turn your immigrant's struggle into immigrant strength. Hit the like button, subscribe, comments, and share this with your sisters, your immigrant friends, because together we are unstoppable. You can also message me on Instagram. Yeah, remember you are loved. Remember you are unshakable. You are a vibrant energy, and use that struggle to change your life. Use that struggle to change it to a strength. So until next time, keep shining, keep smiling, keep learning, keep building, and keep owning your magic. You got this, queens. Love you guys.